Welcome back, campers. Thinking about where to camp this year? How about Hilton Head Island, South Carolina? Is it a place for you? We headed to Hilton Head Island Motorcoach Resort, and in this video, we're going to break it down for you from the site, location, and amenities. These are some things we wish we could have known, but we're glad to share what worked for us in this video. All right, so we're going to start with Hilton Head Motorcoach Resort Review. So we're going to have a scoring system called SLAP. The
We're
SLAP
gonna
score.
the score.
Yeah, it could be a good slap or bad slap. So the categories are S, which stands for site, the RV site. L, which stands for location. A, which stands for amenities. And P, which stands for price. Okay, for me, the site of Hilton Head is one of the best things about the place. You have upscale RVing, so even though you're in the RV, you feel like you're in an upscale community. The difference with the site is that they're not managed by one park or by the state park or by one private management. While they are managed, as a whole, but they're owned privately. So I think what was interesting about the site experience was choosing what site you wanted to be in, what amenities it had, and these sites typically have like pavers, a more upscale, like feel to them. You're not going to be on gravel, you're not going to be on dirt. You have a sort of camping experience, but you don't really feel camping. It's more upscale. You have some places have barbecues and lounge chairs and fires, fire pits, even refrigerators, sinks, bars. So we got one that had a fire pit, some lounge furniture, had a table. It had a little island with a kitchen or a barbecue. Had a sink with hot and cold water. Did it have hot water? I forget.
I don't remember.
It had water for sure, and then it had propane tanks. So a lot of places require you to take your propane tank. This one had all of that. On top of that, the site had cable. And as far as privacy, it depends on which one you choose. But I think for us, we had enough privacy. We had
It was perfect.
It was perfect, and we had shade as well. So we were not baking in the sun, and we had good electricity, good water.
And it was not far away from the amenities that they had, like a pool. They had a tennis court.
So the location of the site was pretty convenient to the other parts of the place. The downside is that it was pretty buggy. Like it had a lot of bugs. I found a couple cockroach type bugs, like water bugs, around the RV that I was getting paranoid about. That's like about the only thing I can think about. So out of 5, I will give it a 4.5.
What Jose forgot to mention, I don't think that he cleared it enough, that each site it's owned by a different person. So each site is owned by somebody different, right? So that's why they're so different. Some of them have like huge, like big trees. The landscape is different. Some of them have like lushy trees and plants and stuff, and other ones are a little bit more plain. The one that we picked, it was perfect because it also had like shaded umbrellas that could cover you, and they had like a fire pit and all the things that Jose mentioned earlier.
And like I said, like a lot of sites have kind of like bring your own propane, and that one,
it had a propane.
It had a propane tank already. I mean, not all of them are going to be like the one that we described. We can talk about, we used site 273, I think. But in general, these are things that you'll find at this place. Like you'll have different owners providing different things, and you have the options to pick like the one that we did.
Yeah, and also it all depends on you. Let's say if you want to be really close to the pool side and the tennis area, I mean, it all depends on you, right?
It could
But
be by
for
the lake,
us,
by the forest,
yeah.
by the community center.
But for us, we didn't want to have like too much traffic around us. Like we wanted our own little space, calm, not to have too much traffic around, like with people and stuff. So we picked one that was like on the outskirts from the sites, and I think it was perfect because it was private, it was quiet,
Had an area
and
for
it
the
had
dogs.
an area for the dogs, and it was
Yeah.
well shaded. We were close to a creek, that's why there was a lot of bugs. So where there's a lot of nature, you're gonna find
My
bugs.
legs were on fire.
But it was good for me. Like if we're gonna go out and be in nature, you're gonna expect that, and you're gonna see that.
You gotta own up
You
to
have
the bugs.
you have to own up to it, and you have to be part of it too. So I give it a 5 actually for everything that it had. So yeah, I give it a 5 for that.
But yeah, in general, compared to all the places we've been to, RV sites and everything, and parks, it's pretty much at the top of the line as far as like
Clean.
what you can get, and you can. It's a pretty cool place. It's not like your standard RV place. The only thing that can make it better would be like the location being literally like in front of the beach or something like that. But we'll talk about that category separately.
So the next category will be location, where this RV place was located. Perfect spot. Pretty much you're like right there and close to like the beach.
Mhm.
How far from the beach? Like I would say like what?
It's like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10-minute bike ride.
On a bike ride.
Yeah, in a car like 5.
Yeah.
Less.
On a bike ride.
A couple roundabouts.
On a bike ride, it's really close. You just take your towel, a little hielerita or something like that. The drinks, like have a picnic or whatever.
On the bike?
Really close. Really close. 5 to 10
on
minutes.
On
a bike. Now, if you're gonna take your car, it's gonna be a little bit longer. It all depends if there's parking. We had good parking, which is nice. Bike friendly.
But it's basically really close to the beach.
It's really close to the beach.
But it's not in front of the beach.
No, but you have a lot of restaurants around you, which is perfect. Really good food. You also have, what else do you have? There's parks that are close by too.
Trails, biking trails.
I could take you to
all over the island, to the every direction, beach side, to the south, to the north, to the east.
So
you're close to like restaurants, bars.
There's also little areas for children, right, babe? Like a park where there's like, they have like water and stuff, like little fountains. I guess it looked like a zoo or something like that.
Which one?
Remember there was a park where there was like kids and stuff running around, and there was a restroom. We stopped there because there was a restroom.
Yeah, like a
on
park.
Our bike.
Yeah, like a city parks.
Yeah, it was like a park or something. I don't know, but there was a lot of kids there, which it was nice. But for me, I'm gonna give it a 5. I had a great time. Either it was driving or either it was biking. It was really, really nice. I wouldn't even complain of the weather because even though it was warm, the trails had a lot of shade, so you didn't really have to worry about it. A 5.
Well, I will give it a 4, and that's because if we're talking 5, it has to be like a perfect location.
It was perfect for me.
I mean, location perfect would be like Myrtle Beach State Park is literally like a walk to the beach. I think that's more ideal. Like we were able to stay there and walk to the beach, even if we were working, took a break. You can go to the beach in 5 minutes. Whereas Hilton Head, you have to get in a car, deal with parking. You have to get on a bike, and it's close, but you still have to go through traffic, roundabouts, red lights. It's a good 15-minute trip from the park, RV park to the beach. So it's not like ideal location. It's definitely good, but you're not like on the beach or with a crazy beautiful view. I think there's places that are better places than that. So I would say a 4 for me. But other than that, it's a great location, really convenient,
safe.
It's right in the middle of Hilton Head. You could do everything you need to do right from Hilton Head. It's close to um, harbors to be able to take, boating trips, dolphin trips, sunset trips, jet skiing, boating, whatever the case may be. Also, another thing is that the island has a free trolley, and you can literally get picked up right in front of the RV park and dropped off for free.
Mhm.
So, like one time, we took our bikes down to a harbor, and then we were tired or it was just too hot. It was getting late, so we took the trolley back on for free with the bikes, and then it left us literally like within 10-15 minutes right in front of the RV park. So I think,
That was really nice
yeah,
too.
it was really nice. So you're connected no matter what, but I'm gonna give it a 4, just because you're not on the beach. All right.
All right.
All right. So the next one is amenities, and that's what are the amenities that the RV park offers. So again, we're talking pretty good amount of amenities. You have a community center which has a gym, which has laundry, which has a really nice pool. The pool area has like a little grill restaurant, which we didn't really try, but it has the option to have food by the pool, like burgers, hot dogs. It had a jacuzzi. It had picnic. No, sorry, ping pong table. It had a little basketball court, biking trails that you could take around the community just through different sites. It also had yoga classes. It had pickleball. Is it called pickleball?
Yeah.
Pickleball?
I don't know what's the name of it.
Tickleball? Pickleball?
I don't know.
We haven't played pickleball yet, but it had events around pickleball. You could get the paddles and balls there. It has tennis courts. Um, Another amenity is that they pick up the trash every morning, so you don't got to deal with taking it to the trash. It's pretty like upscale camping. So you have, I think what we enjoyed the most was the pool. I think we went there at least twice, and the jacuzzi. Like after being out on the island, on the beach, biking, whatever, we would come, and it's very family friendly. The water was clean. The pool
Yeah.
was big. It had a nice little deep section, walking section. It had a little basketball court in the pool, balls that we could throw around and play with. So I think the amenities also would get a high score for me. I don't know what else I would want from an RV park to get
How was the internet? Do you remember how was the internet?
the internet.
It's a really important part for you because you sometimes you
Yeah,
tend to work.
I think the internet was okay because we were like toward the back, and I remember it falling out a couple times when we were trying to watch TV, like Netflix or Roku or whatever. But I mean, it had internet, so I think that's already a plus. And I was not working um, that week, so I didn't really care as much about it. So, but I think the fact that it had internet, it had cable as well, which we didn't even connect. We never really used it, but I would say, I mean, I don't know what else I would want from a park. I guess I would give it a 5. Amenities, it has a little bit of everything for everybody.
For now, my score for amenities, I'm gonna also give it a 5. I'm giving it a 5 because I really enjoyed myself. Like, why not give it a 5 if you pretty much enjoyed every single thing that you did?
Did it have a store? I don't remember like how was
It
like for needs, like camping needs. Like how a lot of places
Yeah.
have stores.
No, I don't think it did. No, it
So I
didn't.
think if you needed something, it
But
doesn't really
let's
have a
say,
store.
look, they had yoga classes in the morning. They had a little arts and craft room for kids. They had like little events for them,
Oh, they had a
like
game
2
room,
times a
like for
day
board room,
or
for
something.
board
Or they
games.
had like a board game room, and
Yeah.
they would also do like arts and crafts with them if you wanted to do something with them.
Mhm.
They had restrooms. The restrooms were pretty good too. Like if you wanted to shower and stuff like that, you had that option there too. If you wanted to shower after um, being inside the pool.
And like we mentioned, I think depending on what RV site you get, you can be by the lake. So if you like the lake as an amenity, if you could consider it an amenity, like if you get a site by the lake, you would have.
Was there a lake?
Yeah, there was a little like man-made lake, I think.
No, but for me, what the places that we chose was perfect. Um, Now, the cleanliness of the park was also really good because you would see people out there every day, every morning, cleaning the leaves, making sure that everybody was good,
Maintaining the sites.
maintaining the sites. Yeah, if there was somebody that was coming in with a huge RV, he even had an escort coming out, to guide them
Escorted.
where they needed to be,
Yeah.
and where they needed to park or whatever. All that was good. The only thing that I have a little complaint was you have to get there before 6.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. That's kind of like,
That's the only thing that was a trip for me, because you're good. Let's say you pay for 4 days and you're supposed to be there the first day, and guess what? If you get there after 6, it's closed. You
it's
can't
a
go
pretty
in.
pretty early.
And it's
closing time.
early. It's early. You're like, what the hell? But they do give you a spot to connect. The only thing that you don't have is like water. If you can't use your restroom, you're out of it. You can't use the restroom out there. But
Yeah. So
if you have an RV, you're gonna have a restroom. So
yeah. So I'm also gonna, I forgot about that. I'm gonna ding mine, and I'm gonna say, because of that, I'm gonna bring it down to 4.5, because they do give you electricity, which, for being summer, I was really grateful that even though they have this rule that if you get there after 6, they have a place outside that you get a station and park outside. You can't go into the community. You can't go to your site. You can't like settle in. You can't get water. You can't get all the amenities.
You're in your freaking
So you're
RV
literally
the whole
outside
night.
of the gate. You gotta sleep outside by the office in some parking spot. But they do give you access to an electricity connection, which worked well. I mean, once you got there, it's like, okay, I get it. They have this rule. At least we can connect our air conditioning, which was a big deal. And if you have water in the RV, then you can, have your shower, your hot water, whatever. But it was a little, yeah, it sucked a little that, come on, man, 6 p.m. That's an early like closing time, and they don't even publish the time on the website. So you got to call.
You had to call
and ask them what the time is that they close. And I thought that it was going to be like 8, being summertime, so I didn't expect to have to leave early for our trip. And I called the day of, and I could have probably researched this before, but I was thinking it was going to be 7, 8, 9. A lot of parks closed till 9. You could check in till 9, but nope, it was 6. So by that time, it was already too late for us to change our plans. We were already going to take longer than we had to get there on time. So we were going to end up being outside anyway. So they should publish that on the website. They should consider it making longer,
or at least to let the customer know, if you're talking to them, if they're talking to you, they should let you know, like, hey, just to let you know, we close the park
so
at
make
6.
plans ahead of time.
So please make.
But they don't put it on the website. They say call to find out the time. Like, how hard is it to publish it on the website?
Exactly.
It's not that hard. So I would say 4.5, because that is an amenity that they do provide to let you stay there even if you get there late. But at the same time, you're not getting the full benefit.
But it
of what you're
wasn't
paying
that
for.
bad, though. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
But the next day, you still have to, instead of starting your vacation, you have to move into your site, set up, when you could have done that the day before.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
They have a little bit more strict rules.
That's the only thing. But I'll still give it a 5.
And they only accept also RVs that are no more than 10 years old.
Oh, that's another thing.
I think they don't accept trailers of any kind. If you have like a car trailer, they have rules around that, so you got to make sure you research all that. They don't accept certain things like dog crates or gates outside, and it's all to make it look pretty. I get it. Beautiful landscaping, beautiful location. They don't want to have randomness, but at the same time, just going to be aware of what rules are going to apply to you. So what do you give it, 5? Or
I'm going to give it a 5.
Even though you have that issue with the...
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, we had everything that we needed in the RV.
Yeah.
So...
And then we did get some water from outside the office.
Yeah. I mean, even though we had to do that,
because they were like, I was like, is there water that I can at least fill up the RV when I get there? They're like, nope, you got to go to a gas station before you get here to make sure you have water that first night. And we didn't, but then I found some water spigot outside their office where I was able to get at least some water to use in the RV. So I didn't connect to water, but I had like a 5-gallon water tank that at least we were able to fill up and put some water in our RV for use overnight.
Yeah.
All right, last category, price. So we paid, I think, $140 a night. So it's on par with like some hotels. You might even go to like a Holiday Inn Express or Hampton Inn, whatever, those type of hotels that might be a pretty good experience, pretty clean, everything you need for like $140. So $140 for an RV site's definitely like higher end. It also had,
What
what
is he
happened?
doing? He's like tailgating you.
He's pushing me and I'm not
He's
going
pushing
70,
you.
70. I'm beating everybody. He's still pushing me.
Move. Or
I'm gonna
just
move
move.
after this
Just
one.
move this one. What the hell? He needs to really go that fast? Do you really need to go that fast?
Like an idiot.
Dumb guy.